Hey guys, what's up? It's Karl here, and happy back to school season. It's crazy how this summer has blown by. This year has just been super wonky. So if you're heading back to school, if you're taking courses online, or if you are one of those people heading back to the classroom, I can guarantee you will be spending a lot of time behind your desk. So this setup will kind of give you tips, tricks, and useful ideas on some tech to make potential upgrades to. And with this setup slash makeover, I really took into account budget. I know that students, myself was one back in the day, didn't have too much moolah to spend. So we'll start off first with the desk. I think it's the most iconic desk hack or IKEA hack that people have seen across the internet. And there's a really good reason for that. There's just nothing else that competes in that price bracket slash the versatility you get is kind of awesome. You need a minimum of at least 2 IKEA Alex drawers depending on how large you want your desk setup to be. They're simple and cheap. It helps you keep organized so you can store your tech, your notebooks, your belongings, kind of whatever you want. I've even got mine labeled to be a bit more organized. And on top is the kind of hack part. That is actually a kitchen countertop. The exact model is the Little Trask, and if you get it just in the plain white, I think it costs around $50. So there's nothing really cheaper in that price range. I know there are 2 different sizes. I've just gone for the shorter one, so that makes it work with the 2 Alex jars. If you do select to get the larger one, you can add extra ones off to the side. You can see that I've got my 3rd one off here. And just keep in mind, if you grab the XL size version, it does sag a bit in the middle. So just grab one of their cheap leg posts. I think that costs an extra 10, 15 bucks to help distribute the weight. And the main monitor for the build, I've gone with the new LG Ultrafine Ergo. It just makes things a bit more easy to see. It's great for, say, watching content, and with the Ergo, you can rotate that to almost 360 degrees. So depending on what type of courses you're studying in school, say you're into photography, you're doing some computer science, it's great for coding, you can view portraits. It's a 4K panel and uses USB-C, and all the laptop recommendations I'm about to give you guys kind of fit into the setup. You just need the one cable to both charge and, of course, utilize the monitor, so that's great. And for these laptops, I'm gonna kind of give you the range of recommendations. I think all are definitely suited for back to school. We'll start off with the one that I recommend most, and this is the Huawei MateBook Pro X. The build is on point, it's got great portability, and it's the only laptop amongst these that has a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is, I think, the correct one for a laptop. It's got a 10th gen Core i7, so it handles most of the day-to-day stuff, word processing, watching a ton of Netflix. But the key thing here is how slim the build is when we all eventually get back into going back to school, going actually back to class. That will be clutch because when you fit into your pack, which I'll talk about, you want to have something lightweight. If you're not into the PC world, I would recommend, say, the MacBook Air. This is my Apple choice for back to school. Once again, keeping on that lightweight theme, I think a lot of students need that. It's got the best battery life across all of these. And when people ask which MacBook they should grab, 95% of you out there, the MacBook Air, perfect for day-to-day stuff. And last but not least, I know there are gamers out there, and I know a lot of students do spend time gaming. I will recommend a laptop that's, of course, a bit more expensive. It's a bit more extreme. It's the Razer Blade 15. These two sadly can't handle any sort of gaming, but if you're looking to, say, play Call of Duty, Fortnite, you're looking to rock at least 60 FPS on those games, the Razer Blade 15 has you covered. Clearly coming in at a 15-inch laptop, it's got a bigger display, it's in 4K, it's a heavier unit, but if you're willing to sacrifice, obviously, the weight, if you're looking to have something a bit more powerful and want to rock a couple of games, definitely go the route of the Razer Blade. You can just see how fingerprinty it is though. Probably grab a skin for it, just like I've got on my MacBook Air. Of course, D-Brand should have you guys hooked up. For my smartphone choice, I'm still trying to give my Huawei P40 Pro some love. I think it has some of the best hardware across smartphones, especially when you look at the camera. It's got Leica glass. It takes some of the best photos across the smartphone range, even when compared to devices that just came out. Like the Note 20 Ultra, I'd still take the P40 over that. And a lot of people have asked how I've got by using a Huawei device. Of course, it doesn't have Google mobile services, but honestly, it's just as simple or just as easy as if it did. I can download most apps through App Gallery, which is Huawei's official app store, and any apps that aren't there, say things like Instagram, things like even Google Maps. I can get those through Pedal Search. search, which is essentially a gateway to all the apps that might have been missing through, say, Google mobile services. And the phone is still super quick and snappy. I know that it's a couple months old now. Don't write off Huawei just yet. It'll be interesting to see how they transition and how they kind of evolve their own app store. Still one of my favorite smartphones this year, and in terms of charging, I actually just place it on my desk. I have a wireless Qi charger, and that's from Logitech again. Simply called Powered, which is a great name for a wireless charging pad. I like it because it's white, it fits the theme of my setup, and it's ultra minimal. And there are a lot of desk peripherals that I think a lot of students will value. If you aren't using your laptop keyboard, I know they don't have the most travel on them, and if you're into gaming, check out the Logitech G915. I use this mostly when I play RTS games. I'm still a big StarCraft fan. They've got mechanical keys, the travel is great, so especially when you're using this to type out long essays. Same kind of thing for a mouse. Don't get stuck using your laptop's trackpad. I'm rocking the Logitech MX Master 3, the best ergonomic mouse for your hand and the best investment that you can make for a desk setup. And the third item, which is so relevant now because we're all spending so much time in Zoom meetings, in voice chats, get something or get a microphone that doesn't make you sound like you're being recorded on a potato. All of the laptop recommendations have trash internal microphones. Blue microphones tend to be studio standard, and for only 50 bucks, you'll sound way better. And if you end up doing any online gaming, you can use this also to chat with whoever you're playing with. And a big extra bonus, if any of you say stream on Twitch, you're starting your own podcast, you can use this as well. And in terms of audio output, I was gonna put a set of desk speakers, but I think most students, especially when I was in school, tended to use just over-the-ear headphones to kind of drown out whatever's going on around you. The first pair from Sony, these are the WH-1000 Mark IIIs, and I know the Mark IVs recently just came out. I'm actually working on a bit of a review for them, but they are so similar to the Mark IIIs, and these have actually dropped a ton in price now, so I'd still recommend this to most of you out there. Probably the best noise canceling headphones that you can currently get, and I decided to throw in a pair of gaming headphones, keeping on that gaming theme. You can tell what I did a lot in school. These are the Logitech X Pros. I think they are a bit comfier, but maybe they're not as versatile. I guess you could still listen to music with these, but either one of these options, I think most of you will be pretty happy with. And you can also see on my desk setup, I had to include an Xbox as I am an OG Xbox fan. If you guys aren't playing over on PC, that would be my choice. I know the next-gen consoles are rolling out in the fall, so whether that's the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5, I know those will be a lot pricier, but I'm super stoked for when those do come into the studio. Some extra little bits, you can probably see I've got my Lego build. You don't have to be in school to have dope stuff on your desk setup. I'm a big fan of making Lego. So I've currently got my Bugatti here. I built the Porsche GT3 RS, and I'm currently on the wait list for the new Lambo build. I also have my loaded skateboard over here because I used to ride that a ton back when I was in school, so it brings back some memories. And maybe we'll chat about the last thing in the setup, which I guess is a pack. Kind of weird with the whole pandemic thing. Not sure if people will actually be using backpacks or taking their classes online. If you are, check out the Air SF Duffel. It's my favorite pack. I had this both in school and I take it still right now to the studio. It has this amazing front-loading zipper. You can access all of your gear, your books. Mine typically has my lunch, protein bar. It's nice and durable. It's made out of ballistic nylon. It has barely any branding, and I do believe this limited edition colorway, I can't recall which line it was. I do think it's back in stock though, so obviously I'm a big orange fan, so I did have to grab this one. But yeah, absolutely love this pack. I know a ton of you that have watched my vids have grabbed this. You've messaged me, said you loved it. I'm in no way sponsored. It's just my plug because I actually love these packs so much. But anyways, that kind of wraps up my back to school setup video. And wherever you're going back to school, whether you're still taking things online, whether you are back in the classroom or you're just at mom and dad's house, hoping that you're just staying super safe and healthy, and hopefully you took a couple tips, tricks, or ideas to upgrade your own setup. Let me know what your fave part of it was, and if you have any other recommendations, I'm sure people down below in the comments would appreciate that. We'll catch the rest of you in one of my next vids or vlogs. Peace!